like, I have to come up with a valid enough excuse to get out of the party. Sometimes I just want to go. Right. And if my excuse is not up to their standards, then they're like making me feel bad for leaving.
Yeah. I get that.
This feels personal.
It is personal.
I feel that too, though, because I'm someone who feels really guilty and social pressure really, like, affects me. So when people are like, no, don't go. Like, what? Why are you leaving? I'm like, and it makes me go home, and then I feel like shit the rest of the night. And it carries with me a little bit. Used to be more so the case. I think I've gotten over that nowadays. I feel like nowadays, it doesn't bother me. I also feel like people aren't as affected as much when I say goodbye. I guess it depends on the party.
It depends on the party, too.
I think it's the type of gathering matters, so.
I simply do not care. If I want to go, I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm tired. I'm going home.
But do you say goodbye?
Yeah, I'll say goodbye sometimes.
Sometimes to some people.
It depends on the party, though. If it's like a lot of people, I'm just like, I'm going. You know, I don't need to say goodbye. I'll say goodbye to one person, just head out.
I would say roughly, if it's like 25 or more, if it's big, where there's so many people that there's a bunch of stuff going on, it's like I can't say goodbye to everyone. If it's a birthday party, I'll try to say goodbye to them, usually. But otherwise...
I think it also changes who you came to the party with.
That's also true.
You come with your girls, you leave with your girls.
Yes.
Girls in quotes.
Yes.
But it's like, if you're coming with like a group, if you're like coming from a place and rides and things, like you should say bye to the people that you came with.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
100%.
because you can't just ditch them at a place.
Yeah, fully. So the verdict was asshole.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For leaving without saying goodbye.
Yeah. And like I said, I think context matters, like different situations. There's some edits here that maybe affect this.
Okay.
They edited and said, I should note that I do try to tell the host I am leaving, if I can get them alone without causing a scene by saying goodbye. And if not, I text them to say thanks. It's just everyone else I'm trying to avoid. Edit 2, she was not the host of this barbecue. It was my in-laws barbecue, and she was a neighbor that was invited. I ghosted that event late into the night because my house is a few hundred meters down the road, and I was 15 shades of fucked up. Now, people are saying, you're the asshole, not a big one. You are the wrong one here, though. I understand you don't want to make a scene, but at least say goodbye to the host. They said, fair call, I accept and acknowledge that. Now, that might have been before they added that edit.
The host that's nice.
I think that's important.
But also, if they're like hosting, if they're like doing the thing, you don't want to interrupt them.
Right. And once again, to me, that depends on the size. I've been to parties where there's like 80 plus people, and I'm just like, I'm a blip here. Like, unless it's my best friend or someone very close, I'm like, does it matter? Someone said, no one's the asshole. I think you are all well-reasoned, but at least thank the host before leaving. And he said, I do try to do that if I can get the host alone or without causing a scene. Most of the time I text them and say, I have left and thanks for the party, though.
I think that's perfectly
great, too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
some sort of acknowledgement. Someone did say, not the asshole. This is called an Irish goodbye. I usually do it too. As long as you're not doing it for some petty reason, it's totally fine. But I see why people would get upset. Someone said, funny, where I'm from, it's called a French exit. Ooh. Someone else said, where I'm from, it's called the Florida f*** y'all, I'm out. Lastly, someone said, an Irish goodbye is leaving quietly so you don't get sucked into an, oh, just stay for one more, it's early, sure, round of pints, which will inevitably turn into 5 more rounds.
Yeah.
Source, I am Irish and fully support this method of exiting. If I'm at someone's place, I'll just send a text saying I left and thank them.
Yeah.
Also depends on how early you're leaving.
Also,
you show up and you're there for like half an hour and then you bounce, I'm like, you should let them know.
Yeah.
That's, for me, this really depends, case-by-case basis. Final edit. Today, I learned that this is called an Irish goodbye. Thanks for all the support from fellow Irish goodbyers. To all the people that think I'm rude, I accept that with open arms and will try to tailor my approach a little differently moving forward. So it feels like the asshole verdict is like a light asshole verdict.
Yeah.
I think, to me, I'd have to know this guy and be at these parties that he's leaving and to make that determination. That's kind of my take.
It just all depends, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it's impeding on anyone else's happiness.
Well, I mean, even this person, they laughed.
Yeah.
They laughed about it.
Yeah.
I think it's like a laughing, like,
that's good.
You're an asshole, kind of whatever. Yeah. All right, moving on.
Woo!
Yeah! my hand blows off.
No, Shane, it's not worth it.
Yes, it is! Am I the asshole for taking back the beer I bought for a party from which I was uninvited.
Interesting.
So like no one drank the beer, so you like took it.
Well, they bought beer for a party and then they were uninvited, so they.
Oh, he took it with. Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah. Okay, from the title alone, I'm like, no.
and from the title alone, no.
If you're not invited to a party, you're not.
But let's see why they got uninvited. Maybe they should have offered up the beer as offering. We'll see.
Ooh, as an offering to the gods. Yeah. This happened just a few hours ago. I'm a 19-year-old man, and the people calling me an asshole are 18-year-old men and women. On Thursday.
A 19-year-old with beer? What's
I'm
happening?
19, and they're all 18.
Right.
So
Sir, already.
think about that. On Thursday, a person I had a major crush on in high school, but who rejected me, messaged me out of the blue. She had never contacted me without my contacting her first, and at one point I realized she had me blocked on social media, and so I found it odd that she was suddenly being friendly. After sending a couple of greetings/questions about how I've been, she said that she was going to have some people over and wanted to know if I would get the beer. The drinking age where we are at is 19, and she and the people who are going to chill were all 18. The liquor stores in my area all card. I thought it was silly that my being a month older meant I could buy liquor and they couldn't, and so I said I would love to go. She said, thanks, I'll pick you up at 7. 7 o'clock rolled around and she texted me to say she was in front of my house. I went out dressed and ready to chill with some people, and she drove me to the liquor store. When we got there, I asked what beer she wanted me to get, and she told me to get Budweiser. I hid my disappointment as well as I could, but it was her party, so I went in and bought 2 cases of 24. I got back in the car and she said, let's party, and she was eerily quiet. I noticed that she wasn't driving towards her neighborhood, but rather back towards mine. I thought she had moved or something, but didn't want to press the issue. When she turned down my street, I finally figured it out. She was being purposefully vague about the invitation because she wanted me to get the beer, but she wanted a way out, and she told me I wasn't actually invited in the first place.
What?
She stopped in front of my house, leaned over, kissed me on the cheek, and said thanks in her best voice. I deadpanned her and asked when she was going to tell me I wasn't invited. She feigned surprise and said that she never intended to invite me in the first place. I sat in silence for a long, awkward minute, picked up the beer, and walked towards my front door. She got out of her car and frantically tried to re-invite me to the party, but I told her that what she did was the most humiliating thing that has ever happened to me. I opened my front door, slammed it a bit too hard, and came back to my room. Now I'm sitting here drinking absolutely unpalatable piss water. And I have text messages from all of her friends and her asking me why I'm being such a dick. I don't think I'm the asshole for reacting the way I did, but if you haven't figured it out, I'm not amazing socially, so I'm not sure. Am I the asshole here?
Oh, I feel bad for
Yeah,
him.
that's like a movie type of scene, you know, where I'm like,
crazy.
are people actually that shitty?
Damn.
Yeah, she just sounds like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And he's a month older. You know, there's a part of me that's like, don't buy beer for minors, but
Also that.
I'm not gonna get too much into that. I guess he's like a month older than her.
That's
It's
true.
just like
Guessing
he's
this
just.
takes place in Canada?
I don't know. It's not something I can really relate to because in America, you know, the drinking age is so different that if you're doing that, it's like super sketchy.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for this guy. I mean, the idea of trying to use someone for a party they're not invited to, that whole basis feels wrong.
I probably still would have left the beer.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's just not worth it. Just like,
Interesting.
this means so much to you. I think this was a shitty thing to do. Here's your beer, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a curse almost. It's a curse and a blessing.
I can certainly say that I'm not proud to say this, but if I was in his situation, I probably would have too. Because especially when I was like a teenager, I had no self-esteem.
You guys are so nice. I am petty.
It's not nice, but it's not coming from a place of nice.
Yeah.
It's coming from a place of just like, okay.
If this is
like,
what you need to
Okay.
find
Like
happiness, take it.
I would have
yeah.
simply opened the beers and poured them onto the ground.
Oh my God.
I'm petty. I was a petty teenager.
Mm.
Oh.
But what she did was already so petty that it's like
I would've been
it's
even
fun
pettier.
with that. No, I would have left the beer with her, and then years later have been like, I wish I hadn't done that.
Oh really?
That's would have been my. I wouldn't be a nice thing. It'd have been like, damn, I really got f***ed over there.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah,
It's an L. You'll just take the L.
yeah. I wouldn't do it now. Well, obviously, but
You saying you wouldn't buy alcohol for 18-year-olds right now?
yeah, guys, crazy opinion. I wouldn't do that.
We got him.
Verdict was not the asshole. Obviously.
Yeah.
Comments here. I originally commented asking for more information, but decided it really didn't matter.